Fala galera, tamo aí para mais um episódio, dessa vez nossa aula de poções. Vamos seguir com a nossa história, a gente tem que tentar ir o mais rápido possível, mas também tem que aproveitar bastante a experiência, não adianta só rushar, né? Então vamos lá, sem mais delongas, direto para a aula de poções. O NPC tava falando junto comigo, mas tudo bem. A aula de poções não é tão longe, porque isso é bom.
Shouldn't there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade? Revelio!
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent.
I saw an aura bag on Professor Black's desk. I bet he knows more than he's letting on about the Goblin Rebellion.
Bora, aula de poções. Agora sim.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect.
Ok.
You will begin this term by brewing a Wiggenweld potion.
Ficou pra
Mr.
mim.
Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Aquela
Yes,
cura.
Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own.
Tem que repor o estoque que
You
eu
never
gastei no
know
duelo.
when you might need it. Please begin.
É isso? A instrução sem nada? Vamos ver como é que é a aula de poções, hein? Ah, não vai fazer nada?
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
Ah,
Please be
garoto.
meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Eita, pinguei demais, não? Ah, garoto.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir.
Eita.
Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
Ih, rapaz. Estamos pro desafio, hein? Vamos lá pegar o
My parents
material.
considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a Goblin Rebellion.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
O que você quer saber?
but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
Eu posso
I'll
pegar.
get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Vamos fazer merda, né? Tô aqui pra fazer merda.
Your potion should not be left.
Já peguei a pena já. Tem um de dezembro de 1975 do escritório Aurora. Borgenbergs. Borg e Burks teve um aumento na atividade lá de fora. Fora das horas do horário comercial. Particularmente nos horários suspeitos da noite, com entregas suspeitas sendo feitas na entrada dos fundos da loja. Dado que sabemos da reputação da loja, estamos colocando mais aurores para se juntarem àqueles que já estão vigiando a loja. Você está entre essas novas adições. Então ele era um auror.
Prepared ritual wizard always has a few potions on hand.
Here's the flopper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Endurance potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Tá na Merlin. Vamos lá.
Proficiency and potions are two things that cannot be
Olha,
rushed.
Potion Station. Acho que agora vai ter uma poção de verdade. Não sei, né? Vamos ver. Eduros, olha lá. Preciso de material, tem material, ok. Ah não, ele só inclui, ok, beleza. Achei que ia ter que jogar as coisinhas e pá, e, tipo, virar a garrafinha, botar uma gota. Ia ser bem mais divertido, né? Mas tudo bem. Acho que também não tem tanto problema assim, não. O importante é que é bonito, é maneiro. E é isso. Espera a poção. Você vai ficar pronto. Ok. É isso.
And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening? Wait, it's not supposed to. Ah! Get it! Oh! Dragon Dog! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Ferrou, clã. Vamos ser esposos.
I brewed an Endurance potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
Eu não sei se você tá
I'm
falando.
not sure what you're talking about, Professor.
You will not earn favor with me by failing to take responsibility for your actions. I suggest you heed my warning. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Perfeito, muito obrigado, professor. Tamo junto. Foi na sala de poções aí, né?
Each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Então eu posso vir aqui a hora que eu quiser e fazer mais, né? Se eu tiver essas coisas, obviamente. Eu faltou Rock Lamp Juice. Mas é isso aqui. Bom, essa foi a nossa aula. Vamos pra mais um... Ah, eu tinha que desviar, né? Verdade. Vamos lá encontrar a Nath. Se a gente encontrar algum inimigo, a gente desvia 10 vezes e já completa o assignment da pessoa.
My robes are going to reek.
Mas a pergunta é, será que eu tenho algum pó de flu lá pra baixo que eu consiga me teletransportar? Seria legal, né? O quê? Ah, não temos. Não tem que andar no mesmo, galera, não tem jeito.
Revelio.
Ali tem uma side
I was
quest.
playing gobstones on the kitchen floor with my cousins.
Vamos pegar só por pegar mesmo.
I really have made a mess.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Nice to see you again. Thank you for asking. And I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You might recall that I was trying to cast non-verbally when we met in the common room.
Verdade.
Well, I mastered that. And now I've taken to creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
Meu Deus. Pô, é incrível, né? Mas parece muito trabalho só pra carregar o livro, mas é incrível.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I'd collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were
Que
your
ele é
books?
X9? Conta pra
To be
gente.
perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help if
suspeito.
I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Beleza. Isso aqui é o quê?
Accio. Levioso. Incendio.
Ok.
I'm going to have to use Accio to get to the... Got it. Only 4 more to go. Accio!
Oxe.
This must be Cressida's diary.
Ixi.
I'd want this back too if I were her.
Eita, farpou o Garrett lá, ó. Falando que ele é convencido, acha que sabe tudo. Tá. Faltam 2 livros, não falta? Deve estar no segundo andar, provavelmente.
Accio!
I hated learning management.
Veja, onde será que tá o último? Será que tá ali embaixo?
Revelio.
Pô, algo que faz um barulho horrível. Ó. Vai ter aqui uma sessão restrita?
Accio!
What?
Revelio.
Eu acho que tá por aqui, hein? Aqui tá, é lockpick, né? É.
Incendio!
Talvez não esteja por aqui. Eu acho que já tô bem longe de onde tá marcado. Mas já que a gente já tá aqui explorando, agora que aparentemente eu posso entrar aqui. Assim que eu não deveria, né? Então eu posso continuar para aquele outro caminho lá, né? Aquela outra história lá do livrinho escondido. Mas não é o que eu quero agora, eu só queria achar o livro da Griselda. E já tô perdendo muito tempo. Beleza. Todo livro dela tá aqui na área normal mesmo. Deve ter passado um livro voando por mim que ignorou completamente.
Accio!
Nossa, o menino tá lendo.
Revelio!
Confesso que não faço ideia de onde tá esse último livro não, hein? E ela pediu pra banir magia na biblioteca, que a gente tá invadindo e porque a outra lá fica fazendo coisas que livro. Cara, a biblioteca é bonita, tá? Trabalhado. Cada área é um bagulho diferente. Só não acho o livro que eu queria achar, mas tudo bem. Não consigo achar o último livro. Se não tiver no segundo andar, eu sou louco. Já tinha 3 aqui embaixo. Era pra ter 2 aqui em cima, mas... não tem sido o caso.
Revelio! Lumos.
E lá do outro lado da biblioteca, né?
Accio!
Ah, ele tava ali! Volte! Peguei.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida. Lumos.
Vamos levar a motozinha de volta pro feijão dela. Ah, garoto! É isso. Mais uma sidequest
Hello,
concluída aí.
Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Que isso? Pediu a recompensa? Não, que...
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin.
É, dá uma estudada, né?
Thank goodness some people are
Vamos de main. Vamos seguir atrás da net. Cara, isso é muito engraçado. Outside the game. Galera jogando, resenhando. Tem um caminho por aqui também? E não é que tem?
Revelio.
Até sabe, né? Vai que tem um segredo daqui. É, temos que andar bastante. Vambora. Se que eu tiver meu hipogrifo, esses caminhos aqui vão ser bem mais tranquilos de lidar.
Aqui.
É isso, a gente não tem motivo para não pegar material. Posso precisar?
Levioso. Incendio. Accio.
Quero invadir a floresta proibida. Um balão. Ah, é um balão de quadribol, né? Ih, a cabana? Olha só. Não é do Hagrid, né, mas... É porque o Hagrid não existiu. Ah, isso aí.
Revelio.
Ok.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful.
Ih, rapaz, tô com medo já, hein? Nossa, os cogumelos. Susto!
It is good to see you, my
Marcamos
friend.
pode flu finalmente.
Hello, Natty. How are you? I hope you've recovered from our rather eventful trip to Hogsmeade.
I am well, but I have been worried about you, my friend. With Ranrock and Rookwood and Harlow after you?
I'm all right at the moment.
We did not speak about it at the time, but I am hoping now you might tell me why they were looking for you.
They
Vou contar
want
pra ela.
something that
Ela é legal.
Professor Fig and I found at Gringotts.
When were you at Gringotts?
Just before we came to Hogwarts. In fact, it's why I was late to the sorting ceremony. A portkey brought us there after the dragon attacked our carriage.
Ih, contei tudo,
What
tá?
on earth?
There's one more thing. It's a bit odd, if I'm honest. Professor Fig says I have a rare connection to a powerful form of ancient magic.
Is that the magic you used fighting the trolls in Hogsmeade?
Yes.
I think so. I'm still learning, but I can see traces of it, and I've cast magic I can't otherwise explain. I know that's a lot to absorb.
It is. And I will have more questions. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Hollow are a threat to both of us, to all of us. Which is why I wanted to speak to you. I realized something that day in Hogsmeade. You displayed such courage fighting that troll, and Serona wasn't intimidated one bit by Rookwood and Hollow. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Hollow are the reason my mother and I left Matabililand. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Pode ser perigoso.
Good. Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair. And the fact that they're working with Ranrock, well...
All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow was
Eita, vamos atrapalhar os caras, hein?
I was thinking that we could investigate a bit. Try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
Be on your
Vai que é
guard.
assunto, hein?
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
I never thought Ranrock's loyalists would go this far.
Aí tem gente em perigo ali, vamos lá, vamos lá.
They must have come this way. Think!
Huh.
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be serious.
Enough out of you. Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Ih, rapaz.
I see you. It's your lot hanging in the air, not mine. What is it?
Quatro.
Under this perspective.
Cinco. Não vai dar não, hein? Seis. Sete.
Stop that!
Oh,
Stop it,
God.
you stupid!
8, 9.
You're in for... Who are you? We've got from here.
Não, não consegui fazer as duas missões.
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes. I see you! But I can't hold them all!
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Take this stupid one over my dead body!
Incendiary.
Knew you... Novice!
É isso.
What on earth just happened? I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
Concordo, mas... Mas deixa eu só ver se eu consegui completar a minha... Ah, consegui, olha lá. É isso. Depois a gente vai lá pegar o Espero.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
É verdade.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin. Gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Nocturne Alley. She's a travelling vendor. Hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
Sim.
You're a researcher.
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
Okay.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts. Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know, and I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
Fascinating.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely.
So
Would you
inteligente.
care to do the honours?
E mansplaining.
We can see what comes of our little hypothesis.
Claro, vamos lá. Faz
I
aí.
brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
Ai, caralho.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the Mallowsweet on the swell, and we'll see what happens.
Pimba.
Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted.
Incendio!
Merlin's beard!
The flames make the pyre sink.
Rapaz.
Curious. The pyres are back where they started.
Então tem que derrubar tudo junto, né?
Incendio!
Hahaha.
Yes, how beautiful!
Pelas barbas de Merlin.
What a day. I can hardly believe it.
Maneiro, hein? Gostei desse desafio do Merlin.
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require Mallowsweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more.
Ok.
I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Valeu.
And do
É
be
isso,
careful
rapaziada.
out here.
Vou
Now,
parar aqui
I've got
na-
what I needed. I shall return to the
nas
safety
vinhas
of
do
my
Merlin.
notes and books.
Yes.
Tá. Rapaziada, esse foi mais um vídeo, mais um episódio. Se vocês gostaram, não esquece de curtir aqui embaixo, deixa seu comentário, se inscreve no canal. Um beijo pra todos vocês e até a próxima. Valeu!